Before we go to a break, there was a breaking story on the SEN website this evening that's just crossed our desk.
Yeah, so Sam Edmund reported just a short time ago, Cara, that I'll just read from the story that Josh Frydenberg, the former Federal Treasurer, has refused to shut the door on being in the running for the AFL CEO. I'll let you to read the quotes there.
Well, he's refused to comment either way on anything. But he did say, Josh Frydenberg, of course, the former Federal Treasurer who lost his seat in the recent election at Kooyong, all I'm saying is that I'm going into the private sector. Now, we know
he twice refused to answer or rule out the speculation about him being one of the contenders.
What do you think about that? Would he do a good job?
Well, I was going to ask Caro that question. Like, he's the first name from, I guess, outside the tent that's emerged.
Well, certainly from outside.
Yep.
There are people outside the AFL head office whose names have emerged. Look, I couldn't tell you. I mean, it worries me that someone without footy experience would become the CEO of the AFL. I know Gillon McLachlan never played at the highest level, but he was certainly a footy person, a big footy person with an intimate knowledge of the game. I wonder whether there'd be a divisive element because he is so much identified with the Liberal Party. Very personable bloke, not seen as someone from the hard right, certainly, and someone who was, you know, a pretty popular politician. But and obviously, I imagine he has a reasonably good relationship with the chairman, Richard Goyder.
What's his strength for this?
Like, well, he's I guess, solid media performer, really good front man.
What about negotiations?
Not sure about negotiations, but I guess as someone who's had to do a lot of budgets.
Sam linked his relationship to Richard Goyder going back a long way, and look, it's one from left field, but he would be awfully hard to beat in the process, wouldn't he?
I'm not sure about that. I'm uneasy about someone that unfamiliar with the.
He would pit.
Ross Oakley was the biggest outsider who ever came in to do the job, and he had, of course, been a footballer and had been on a club's board.
I mean, there's some great internal candidates too. He's smart, strong.
So you think
a leader?
You sound like you think.
Well, I'm just trying to deal with it in real time, but I don't know whether he put his hat in the ring unless he was offered it, and it's interesting. I don't know. But
there's no way I think he would put his head in the ring unless he was offered
He's got some options, right? So
what we don't know is whether the headhunters involved have actually approached him or not. But I probably have some concerns just because
they'd be crazy if they didn't.
The footy familiarity is something that's hurting the AFL at the moment. So that's my concern.
Andrew Dillon's still the favourite for me, but let's see what happens.